Good evening, everybody. It's evening where I am, anyway. Travis here for Tpull's Corner. We've got a new deck for you today. It's an artifact type deck. Red and blue Izzet colors. And not the greatest opening draw here, but let's see if we can pull it out. I don't know what's going to happen with other stuff, but they can sacrifice that and gain life. And I don't feel like letting them do that. I also don't know if I'm going to get any blue mana anytime soon. Aha! Never mind, we're good. Alright, we start with Phyrexian Dragon Engine. The Living Phone. Are they going to chump block? Just no, they're not. They're going to take it. Thought maybe they'd want to go for a creature. Uh-oh. Jolly Balloon Man. That's a nice little combo. And they get their next toy out. Okay. You get your toy out, I'll get my toy out. And we'll see who can hit each other first the most. So if he creates a copy of that, it was going to sacrifice itself anyway, but he'd get to do 6 damage. So let's just counter that spell. It's an artifact creature, so it counts as a creature. I don't have to gift a card for that. He just gets another toy out. And what do we want to do here? I think we just keep on going. Attack with what we got. Oh, hello. I'm taking out Jolly Balloon Man. 1, 2... I can play this as an instant, right? So we survive, and... little trick, Reckless Handling. I've only got 1 card that I'm going to get, so it's automatically going to get discarded, and it'll do 2 points of damage thanks to the spell. And now hopefully I get a land, and I can just play the land and then draw this out and get a 3-card draw. Yeah, the Dragon Engine itself. Okay. That's fine. What's Dragon Playmate do? Power 2 or less can't be blocked. So they can keep going with the attack and life gain there. I don't think they've got enough time. I got all 3 of my Phyrexian Dragon Engines going here. Board wipe would be good for them. So they make that unblockable so it can get past the Dragon Engine. They're going to gain 2 life. That's not enough unless they have a board wipe. Come on through. You got 6 energy left and 2 spells. What do you got? What are you holding on to? Really? Nothing? Yes, take action. Ooh, that's lovely. We'll just attack first. See if they've got any last-minute trick. Destroy all creatures as an instant. Okay. Next. What else do we want? Let's take another one of these. That works out just fine. I don't think there's any way for them to catch up now. Oh no, there is no way for them to catch up now. We don't need the land anymore. And they don't even wait. They see the forge and the synthesizer and they are out of here. And that's the deck. That's the theme of the deck, is those two cards for the most part. But let me go in and show you a little bit of the deck building. Ooh, Razorkin Horde Call. Anyway, to the new people, welcome to Tpull's Corner. I'm Travis, and our new deck is called Synthesizer Forge after 2 cards. Urbrass Forge and Simulacrum Synthesizer. I had to go crazy and craft 4 mythic rares here to get the synthesizer because Arena was not giving it to me, and I only had 2 forges this whole time. And I get beat by forge quite a bit. I'd say about at least half the time they get a forge out and I can't counter it in time. Even if I have the answer in the deck, I might not draw it in time enough. But I consider these cards to be a little bit overpowered because they provide so much value and it's such a cheap level to start with. I feel like the forge should be like, it should cost 4. And the synthesizer should cost 4 too. I don't know how. Maybe it's just a factor of power creep. I feel like these are mispriced. So I'm definitely interested in your guys' opinion. Leave a comment. Do you think these are fairly priced? Do you think it's part of the power creep that's happened over the years? What do you think is going on with these 2 cards? But I decided I would make a deck out of both of them. And the shell that I constructed around them is thus. We have Urbrass Forge. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you get an oil counter on it. You create an X1 Phyrexian Horror creature token. It's got both trample and haste, and X is the number of oil counters. Now the token gets sacrificed at the beginning of the next end step, so it doesn't hang around, and it's easy to kill because it only has 1 toughness. But every turn it's going to increase in power by 1, so it'll go 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 1, and so it's going to be a 6/1 with trample and haste. It just builds up with momentum. If you can't get rid of the forge and you don't have something that deals 1 damage every turn to a creature, then you're pretty much toast. The synthesizer, on the other hand, when it enters, you get to scry 2. Whenever another artifact you control with mana value 3 or greater enters, you create a 0/0 colorless construct artifact creature token that has this property. This creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control. So, if I put out the synthesizer and then the next turn I put out a forge, the forge acts as an artifact that's mana value 3 or greater. It gives me a 0/0 construct, and because I have the synthesizer and the forge and the token, that's 3 artifacts, and it will be a 3/3 the very first turn that I get one of those tokens. So it's 0/0 with 3+1s on it. Now they're not. It's not a counter. It's not a 3. It's not a 3/3 counter. It's not 3+1+1 counters. If they destroyed my forge, it would go down to 2/2. So not counters. I don't know what their term is for that. When they just say it gets the power and toughness, but it's not a counter. To help me out, I have 2 minor missteps so that I can counter target spell with mana value 1 or less. So if they try and surprise us with a combat trick or something, maybe I'll have this in hand. I've got Tectonic Hazard, deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature they control. So if I just need that 1 more point to do maybe a good trade-off with one of my tokens, I'll do it. Or if they're trying to spam me like they do, cast 3/1/1 rabbits all of a sudden, I can take care of them all at once. Change the equation. I can choose one of the 2. I can counter target spell with mana value 2 or less, so counter small spells. Or if it's a red or green spell, if it's mana value 6 or less, I can still counter it. Long River's Pull. I can counter target creature spell. If I'm willing to also let them draw a card, then I can counter any target spell, not just a creature spell. Nice versatility there. A Braid to destroy target artifacts usually, but if there's a deadly creature that I just can't have around, I'll go ahead and use this on the creature instead of the artifact. When I'm playing Izzet Colors, my favorite removal, Fires of Victory. It's only 2 if it deals damage equal to the number of cards in your hand. So in the opening, if they get like a big 4/4 or 5/5 down, I can still take it out. If I have 5 mana, I can kick the spell and actually throw it out at the creature, kill the creature, and draw a card to replace itself. one Obliterating Bolt. This is kind of my way to get around the if a creature dies kind of thing, because it exiles it if the creature would die from the 4 points of damage from Obliterating Bolt. So if you're afraid of something's going to happen when that creature dies, hit it with this bolt instead. Reckless Handling is a fun trick. I'd used this before in a different deck, and I recently remade that deck, and there's a video of it. Let me just show you the Multiverse Portal. In the Multiverse Portal, the way I used it was I had to eventually drop down to only one copy, but I would go get things like Portal to Phyrexia, and I'd want it to be discarded into the graveyard, because you put it into your hand, you shuffle it, and discard a card at random. Not a non-land card at random, which might make sense, but any card at random. So a lot of times I would have a Resurrection spell, and I would have Portal to Phyrexia, and it would discard my Resurrection spell. So I got tired of that, so I kept reducing the number of copies in that deck, and I decided let's do this in the opposite way. Let me use Reckless Handling to go look for the artifacts that I want, which are the Synthesizer and the Forge, and I'm actually hoping that it will discard something else into the graveyard. And that way, instead of trying to use this card to throw artifacts intentionally into my graveyard, let's see if I can get those artifacts in my hand with this card. So it gives me 4 additional options if these 8 cards are buried in the bottom of my library, then this gives me 4 more chances to go get one of them. We also have Phyrexian Dragon Engine. I have 3 copies of it, used them all, 2/2 with Double Strike. We didn't put the other Mishra card in here because he's red and black, and I'm playing red and blue only. But I just used the trick already in the opening match there, where I have no other cards in my hand. I play Reckless Handling, I draw the Phyrexian Dragon Engine, and it's automatically, because I only have 1 card in my hand, it doesn't matter random, it's going to discard a card. It's going to discard Phyrexian Dragon Engine. The Reckless Handling will do 2 points of damage to the opponent. Notice it says each opponent, so this card is intended to be used in commander battles. And then, my next turn, I can pay 5, unearth it, discard my hand, which at most will have 1 card in it, and I'll get to draw 3 cards. Then we have the Thran Spider, so if I'm going up against a fairy deck or something with all the flyers, I've got 2/4 with Reach. When it enters you and target opponent, each create a tapped Power Stone token. The more of those Power Stone tokens I have, the easier I can activate this card. For 7, you can look at the top 4 cards of your library, reveal an artifact card, and put it in your hand. It's a nice way to keep refueling on artifacts to help fuel the Synthesizer. Also playing around with some cards you don't normally see. 1 Detective Satchel. When it enters, you investigate twice. I can create a Thopter Artifact creature token with flying if I've sacrificed an artifact this turn. That works nicely with the Forge because I'm always going to sacrifice the Phyrexian Horror creature token. Right, and that's... actually, I don't know if that counts, right? That may not, because the Forge is an artifact, but the token creature is not an artifact, so never mind. I'll just have to sacrifice either the Power Stone tokens or the clues. I also have the Belligerent. This is from Ixalan. Whenever it attacks, you create a treasure token. Until end of turn, you can look at the top card of your library anytime, and you can play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. You can crew it for just 3, so that's kind of fun. Turns into a 5/5. One more interaction there. Conduct Electricity. Deals 6 damage to a target creature and 2 damage to 1 target creature token. And then this can be interaction as well, because you have 2 choices here. You can draw 2 cards or do a -5/-5 to a target creature. That is what I usually end up doing. Then we have Fuss and Bother, which the instant of that to just add a counter on can be a good battle tactic. But if I'm building up a lot of tokens for my Synthesizer, then adding +1 on all of them is not too shabby either. Or I can do the Bother and create Thopter Artifact creature tokens with flying, and that'll give me a bunch of chump blockers in the air. Finally, 1 copy of Threefold Thunderhulk. Enters with 3 counters on it, so it's a 3/3. Whenever it attacks or enters, you create a number of 1/1 colorless gnome artifact creature tokens equal to its power. And then you can sacrifice another artifact and put counter on the Thunderhulk itself. And you notice this is, let's see, the Lost Caverns of Ixalan. So instead of saying enter in the battlefield, we've gone with that new phrasing where they just say enters, which I still don't like, but they were trying to put a whole bunch of text on cards, and so they decided enter the battlefield is too long, and everybody understands what they mean by just saying enters. That's the whole deck. One demolition field in there to destroy special lands. And I've got a bunch of the red-blue lands that can turn into a 2/1 creature that scries when you attack with it. Has first strike on your turn. And we have one Peculiar Lighthouse. So if we're going up against mono red, we might have a chance, right? Because we got 3 removals and 1 counterspell. And it is going to be one of those type of decks, isn't it? It's going to be... These are instants. We wait and see if we don't like what they're going to put down, though. Oh, Bristly Bill. No, Bristly Bill can't come down. Sorry. Bristly Bill cannot play. Thanks. Made good one of my few counter spells. It's the only creature I'm going to have. I'm hoping they destroy it and don't exile it. Because with the Unearth ability, we've got extra value for later in the game. But both white and... well, mostly white has the exile ability. Excellent. They put it on the mouse? Seriously? Instead of incubating. Very strange. But we don't care. We're going in for the attack. They double block. We were hoping for that because we have this. First strike takes out the other creature. That's a 2-for-1 right there. We're feeling good. And if they have something stronger, we actually have 4 for the Obliterating Bolt. And if that's not enough, we could play Fires of Victory as well. And Fires of Victory is still an instant, so we can just attack. They'll have to play their instant first. We have first strike damage. They play +1 and 3. We do our Fires of Victory now and do 3 damage first. Defeat their combat tactic with our combat tactic. And we still have somebody on the field and they do not. Look at all the cheap spells they have. 2, 3, 1, 1, 1. They got a cheap deck. We are getting tired of their cheap stuff here. Exile. Bam. We're doing some damage. We have the most expensive card in the deck. I had 2 and they gave me both at the... when I did my first playtest. They gave me both of these up front. Did not care for that. And we're getting close to where I'll have 7 and be able to cast the Thunderhulk. And then once they get rid of the Dragon Engine, and they will get rid of the Dragon Engine, then I'll be able to unearth and draw 3 more cards and refill my hand. Life is good. And no sign of the Forge or the Synthesizer or my search spell. So 12 cards and nothing near the top of the deck. A Shrewd Storyteller. If they save this, right, by tapping it. Nope, never mind. See what else we can get here. Land? Not a land. But we can activate this since we just sacrificed the clue and we get a chump blocker. They got a lot of cheap creatures, but where's their interaction? They're now in board wipe territory. The nice thing is Spider gives me a Power Stone token, so I don't need to wait for lands for the Thunderhulk after this next turn. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, actually, let's see. Yeah. Let's get the right card. And they have some sort of instant. What do you have? I wonder. Everybody gets a Power Stone token. The Thran Spider is like the Oprah of Magic the Gathering. And you get a Power Stone token, and you get a Power Stone token. Oh no, it's not for a commander card, right? It's you and target opponent, not each opponent. So they probably thought through that and considered making it each opponent and decided, no, they don't want to be too generous. Good game. Is my Moody going to work? What are the other cards they have? I think we just go in for the kill. We finally get a Forge. That only took 17 cards. It gains indestructible. That way he dies with just the one hit. A perfect 0. I love it when you have a spell and you can go out on your own terms. Good job. Yeah, so this is what Arena does to me a lot. I pick a theme. I pick the cards I want. I pick extra spells to get the cards that I want in case they don't show up. And those cards don't show up, and then my search spells don't show up either. Great way to showcase my theme. See? 8 copies. 8 copies of a 3-drop that I want. Not showing up anywhere. Not that I want to create a fuss or a bother about it. Notice the one copy of the most expensive card in my deck and dealt to it in the opening hand again. Arena's up to that trick quite often. We can handle the 1-drops. Mm-hmm. We're not waiting. They might have another one, I don't care. That thing has prowess. Yeah, they could have been pumping that sucker up already. Alright, the first Dragon Engine comes out. Well, they're not going to get in the way of that. Let's do this first. Let's attack. Next one. Now what we're kind of hoping they do... Hello. They sacrifice the legendary enchantment just so they can draw another card. What they want to do is tap out... What I'm hoping they'll do is tap out, throw a bunch of instants and sorceries into the graveyard so that it can defend against these. And not have a counterspell ready. But... I guess we do this first. They should be scared of this. If they have a counterspell, they should use it now. There you go. Okay, we can't attack past that. Now Haughty Jin is sort of on bodyguard duty for the moment. And they get a token. And they're going to get another counter. Do they feel comfortable attacking now? They're going to spread the love and make this a 3/5? Oh, they get 2 counters. Yeah, that's going to be tough on me. Put it on the... Oh, no, that's the wrong one. That's a problem for me. I think I've lost already. I'm missing land drops. They got 5 lands and I got 4. Are they okay? Let's just use this now, I guess. Good game. You gonna kill me? Let me summon a dragon engine. Where's the third one? There we are. Down to 1. Can you do 15 points of damage this turn? Ouch! That's 13 points. There's 15. I'm dead. How about that? They still have 2 islands open. They're pumping themselves up as much as they can. I can't be mad at that. I got them down to 1. I tried as hard as I could with everything I had. Now they're just showing off. Look at all that. They got exactly everything that they needed. They got everything they needed and more. Wow. That doesn't look so close by the time you're done, does it? Nice. All I would have needed was for the single red mana spell that does the damage to the opponent, and we would have had it. I only have one of those. I used that on the otter, didn't I? Was that the same one? Alright. They already have a 1/2 out on their first turn. And I don't have any red mana. Let's expel this one. My minor misstep is not helping me that much right now. Okay, now we've got 2 counter spells. And they're gonna do nothing. And I have no land. I have my winning combination already, and I'm getting mana starved, even though I lost the last round. Thanks a lot, Arena. You're very fair. My opponent's gonna do nothing but play lands and hit me, and not cast a single other spell. Okay, here, we'll do minor misstep to that one. That's still kind of a win. I saved from scrying 2 and from losing 2 life, but they did still get a card out of my hand, didn't they? Okay, we did get a 3rd land. It's tapped for now. We hope they try for a counter for a creature spell this turn. Or are they just gonna exile another card? Ooh, that's a good one. Okay. that works. Yay! Okay, I'm out of ammo there. We play the synthesizer first. I do need some more lands, but I don't need another island right this second. This will give me red, so I'll take it. They are not missing a single land drop. Ouch, look at that guy. And a braid is not enough, and I can't use it anyway. Let's bring out the dragon engine. Still hitting me with the lands. I have to discard. The Death Touch and Indestructible. Let's get rid of one of the forges. I'm okay with that. Okay. Yeah, I can't do it. I don't have the right color mana, and if I do Fires of Victory, I'll only do 3. They got everything just enough. I guess I should have chump blocked there. No, I don't know if that would have still saved me. Yeah, we missed land drops. Arena knew exactly what they're doing. They made me miss just enough land and just the right color land until it was nothing I could do. Alright, we're going to keep that. How many cards? 114 more cards in their deck. They've got 3 colors for sure. And yeah, like that. We are going to need some more land, so I'm not throwing the land away. And we might still be in trouble. Let's do this first. I'm going to be kind of greedy here, I think. Do I need... I'm going to need 5. I don't need both of the exact same type of land, though. I was hoping for some untapped land. I have a large number of basic islands and mountains in here. Okay, they need to be able to pay 2 for that, right? That's legendary. Alright, let's try the spider. We'll create some stuff. They get 1 more counter. Because they also get a Power Stone token. So they make their flyer a 4/4. And I attack with my 7/7. I feel like I like my odds. Do I block Zorleen with the Thran Spider or not? Probably not. $110 more cards to go. They gotta hope they got something up there that's more useful. They do have Ecclesats, which is not bad. We're not gonna block that. That's 21 points of damage, and they're taking it. Can they do 11 points of damage in one turn? They got a bunch of chump blockers all of a sudden. That's still not enough, but they don't know it. Level 3. Why did they do that? There's nothing in their graveyard. Okay. Bye-bye, Bottom Feeder. I'm not insulting them. That was their name over there, Bottom Feeder. That was who we were playing. We get a card. Ooh, cease and desist. Let's keep going. Well, we won't win everything, but if they don't make me skip a couple of land drops, we're doing pretty good with it. The Synthesizer is particularly deadly. I want to get a Forge out and running, though. Okay, Minor Misstep is ready next turn. Oh, look, they still got something anyway. Ugh. Hello. Hello, you with your one-drop spells. Now they might have some counter spells ready. So we're going to pass on that. They're going to flash that in. Shoot. They could still have counter spells easily enough. Notice I got the most expensive card in my deck in my opening hand. Well, not the opening hand. It wasn't there in the opening, was it? But I got it pretty quick. Against these type of decks. Very carefully engineered. Wow. Yeah, I can't do anything against that, can I? I'm gonna leave. I needed a little bit more of my removal up front. I guess if I wanted to be reasonable, I would take out the 7-drop spell and just put in a board wipe. Because otherwise I'm just going to keep getting it in my opening hand every single time. Thank you, Arena. You're so nice. And no red. No red, just blue. It's all perfectly fair. You're not sabotaging me at all, are you? Arena. There goes my obliterating bolts. They took the forge. They might have another bat. Give me my forge back. That's the one you're afraid of. That's the one I want. Hopefully they don't have a second bat right away. Gross.
A fight? And you think you can win? We all have things we'd rather forget.
Okay, that does them no good. We throw this down. They should make us... Hang on a second. Oh, shoot. That was my fault. I think I hit the pass turn instead of going into attack Liliana like I should have. That may have just cost me the match. They should make me sacrifice the engine if they don't have removal. The go for the throat doesn't work because it's an artifact creature. Okay, they have a different type of blocker. I don't mind throwing the Phyrexian Dragon engine into that, but maybe I can get the belligerent down. No, okay, so they do want to do that.
Sacrifices must be made.
Do you have enough creatures? They've emptied almost their entire hand already. And we're going to take that damage. Let's get rid of the schism. Make sure that I actually send that over to attack. Are you going to save Liliana? I'm kind of surprised about that. Still takes 1 point.
Do not touch me again.
It's kind of a shame. I did kind of want to keep that around. That's good against planeswalkers. But they might be willing to discard the Go for the Throat as a useless card. Although they could use it on one of these if they wanted to. Let's see what they do. Okay, so they do want to get rid of that.
Don't overthink things.
They get rid of this Preacher instead of Go for the Throat? Well, I can't bring this back yet. I don't have a second red. Also, this card is useless right now. Yeah, that's in exile. That wasn't in my hand. Well, they did get to draw a card from that, so that was enough for them. They were willing to do that. Okay, that is maybe exactly what we need. Okay, so they should not be trying to block this because it has trample. So that was not smart.
Oh, that's my cue to leave.
I'm just going to keep hold of that card then. And that way, if they have... yeah. Yeah, they realized, yeah, we have trample there. Should have let that go. Now maybe I can trick them into using discard. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, I'm thinking we got them beat with 2 Forges. They're mono black. They don't have a way to take care of artifacts. They can destroy the 5/1 right now, but they kept the Go for the Throat. So maybe that was the right term long term, instead of keeping the Schism. And it might have been over sooner if I'd gotten 1 more red land. Yeah, the hazard is what I would usually use to get rid of a bat. You can have it. That was kind of a trick. Not much of a trick, because he probably would have played that when he drew it no matter what. One red land, come on, 1 red land. Oh, Arena, you listened to me for a change. No way. I'm not used to that. Take action! Draw 3 cards. Life is good now. No, they're not using Go for the Throat. We did cover this, right? These are not artifact creatures. They are valid targets as regular creatures. They didn't see a way out. Alright. We've done well with the Synthesizer. We've done well with the Forge. We've used the Phyrexian Dragon Engine a couple of times to our benefit. We used our spells to go search for artifact spells. And then we get no red mana again. So I guess I'll go in and get one more dual land. And try and fix my mana base a little bit more. Just because Arena loves doing that to me a lot. Can use change the equation if it's 2 or less or red. I just don't know with this kind of land draw or lack of land draw, shall I say, and getting exactly the wrong color. I have to use the counter spells ahead of time, even though it was pretty useless. I had to use them when I got them. Alright, now we have to worry about their counter spells. And it looks like they're going to be playing enchantments and runes for Duskmourn. We're going to be greedy and start with the Synthesizer. And then we'll bring in the Forges. And hopefully they don't have 5 counter spells in a row. Come on, tap out, tap out, tap out, tap out, tap out. They're blue. You have to give them extra time. They did nothing. They tapped that, though, and they kept it tapped, right? They let that in? Can't believe they let it in. Can you believe they let that happen? It seems like they've got to have something they could do, right? Okay, let's get rid of the satchel. We'll get the extra land now. We've literally got a spell we can cast every turn for the next 6 turns. I want to get to where I can afford the kicker for Fires of Victory if possible. Hello. This is a little ridiculous now. We've got 3 lands out. That's what it took you so long to think about? Okay. We're going to play the Forge next then. I have lots of extra Forges. It needs time to build up anyway. Enters or attacks. Draw 2 cards and discard. Okay. And that's an enchantment, so that can attack, right? What do you discard? To discard the Cursed Windbreaker. Okay. So we got to deal with flyers too. I think we just hold on to Fires of Victory. Well, never mind. I wanted land. Why did it give me 4 forges in a row? That's a little messed up. Okay, this has too much value. I wanted one more land, but they weren't giving it to me. Now, if they have another enchantment or room, I'm in trouble. Does this have flying? It does have flying. I'll have to bring out the spider? I can't use the forges, they're too defensive. So I guess I was supposed to know to have brought out the synthesizer first? Am I allowed to still be impatient with them when they're winning? That's a little late. Can't bring out the synthesizer like I wanted. So next I actually need removal. Oh, never mind. Ouch. Yeah, they had everything they needed. I guess we did things in the wrong order. I'm not sure if we had a chance on this one or not. If I put out the synthesizer first instead of the forge, they were tapped out too, so I could have done that without fear of a counterspell. But I had no way of knowing I was going to draw a 4th forge. And yeah, that's a little too late. They got rid of my flyer. There's the Fires of Victory. But I don't have a way to draw into it. They can just fly over my head now. I think I just did it wrong. I think if I put out the synthesizer first instead of the forge, we would have been okay. I could have maybe scried away the 4th forge if I saw it coming. I don't have anybody with reach. They made sure it couldn't be blocked anyway. Okay, you're still taking a long time. They still wanted to do some sort of... Hang on. What is it? I don't think I've seen the spell used on me yet. Non-combat damage. While there are 4 more types of cards, it deals double that damage instead. But this was going to be regular combat damage. What were you going to do? Blast me with something? We'll never know. They took a long time to think about that. It's okay if you want to show off and play your cards, but you can't take that long. You can't be a standard blue player and take that long when you want to play extra cards when you have lethal. You got to know your deck. You got to be snappy. You got to be quick. And now we get all red instead of blue-red. Instead of all blue like we got last time. So my counterspell is useless. Maybe I can fix some mana real quick with that. They got 3 colors. And the ramping. We'll save our demolition for that. That works. We can bring out the forge. And we're already in trouble. Look at that. They just need one more land to power that. And I don't even have time, do I? I can get rid of you now before you become indestructible. And this guy doesn't care because he's got vigilance, so he can attack or block. And I still don't have the right mana. And they can do the... They can throw the green dinosaur at me now with the red and green. Oh, never mind. It's another haste one. And we got the most expensive card in our hand again. Okay. If we do this... That's the right... Okay, they left it open for the counterspell to counterspell the creature. But I can't really block with either one of those. And this can be a 3/4, and they can make it a 5/4. And they have Demolition Field now too. This is... Oh, and they have a Terra Sunder coming up? I'm so toast. Look at that. They had everything they needed. It's absolutely hopeless for us. That's... Thank you, Arena. They really don't want me to have threefold Thunderhulk, do they? They really want me to have a board wipe in that position. They keep trying to tell me. I just want to have fun and play a 7-spell card every now and then. I know that I'm not supposed to. I know I'm being punished for it constantly. I know we've had, like, Thunderhulk shown up in, like, all but one of the battles already. It's phenomenally disgusting. And usually when they start doing that to me too much, I bring out one of my my decks that likes to cheat with that knowledge and make good use of getting big expensive spells early. There are certain cards that work well with that. And I just switch to them and I start playing that until the engine catches on. Alright, we'll do one more. How about you don't have them have the perfect answer to... Oh, look, we've got a one-turn counterspell. And we've got untapped land from the very beginning. We've got both of our heavy counterspells. Arena is apologizing. Unless they refuse to give me red mana for the rest of the match. We'll see how it goes. I never went in and fixed the mana base yet. Okay, that will work. They've got 2 colors. I'm fine with that, actually. Friends resolve sorcery. Sorcery, that's a bunch of digging and a land. All I have right now is counter spells for the most part. That wasn't the best for them. They wanted to use these to dig. Oh, they have 3 colors. Okay. And a plot. Highway robbery. Okay. Alright, we need one of our 3-drop artifacts any day now. They're matching us land drop for land drop. That's a creature. We don't want that. Conduct electricity is ready now. Still matching us on land drops. They haven't found a card they want to discard yet. They like everything in their hand. Maybe they're thinking about it. Maybe they're thinking about discarding something in their hand. Another one of those. They tapped out, though. That's perfect. My removal replaces itself with another removal card. I could do this all day. Quote Captain America. Demolition Field. Do I need that? I like it in my hand to fuel Fires of Victory in case they put out a 5-drop. We also still have this if they want to do a 1-drop. More land. I think we just save the demo field in case they have one of these lands that transforms. I got one Restless Spire out. But between black and red, there's so much instant removal, I need my lands. What are you doing? You did everything? You're going to return your creature cards? Alright. Are they going to go get a special creature and put it into the graveyard and then bring that creature back? No, it's got to be total mana value 4 or less. So they could bring back one Storm Splitter, or do they have a couple of small dinky ones they want to bring back together? They can only put one into the graveyard, though. So they went and got another Storm Splitter, and they just get to bring the one back. Yeah, I think they did that wrong. We're just gonna give them a rerun. And since they're all tapped out, we can finally afford to attack. And I already have one of those. I don't need a second one right now. If they want to do a 1-drop, we're ready. How many of these do they have in their graveyard now? They have 3 Storm Splitters in their graveyard. I think they built the deck around this. They certainly did get enough land, though, didn't they? Maybe it's a mirror match. They knew I have Phyrexian Dragon Engine. Alright. I think we get rid of you. And I think that's all we do this turn. I'm hoping they're running out of ammo. They're actually beating me on the land draw. And they can get another creature back. And they can do it right now, right? They bring back the Storm Splitter as opposed to bringing back Mishra. They're firing off their combo. Is that a 1-drop? That still gets them 2 more creatures. I managed to cast my threefold Thunderhulk. And they're still drawing lands. All they needed was the one... Notice nothing happened until they got the one Storm Splitter, and then as soon as they got their Storm Splitter, they started drawing all these other 1-mana cards. They just kept drawing lands until they finally got a Storm Splitter down. I need something more than the Thunderhulk. I don't have the mana to sacrifice that right now. So I think I'm just taking all this damage. Urbrass Forge is the wrong thing for this. Alright, we did what we could. Did not block the 3/3 Thunderhulk. And they drew a land. That's going to be a problem for them. I don't get a turn? That is not fair. They went through all of that and nearly killed me. And how many Storm Splitters did they go through? 3? They went through nearly half their deck, and they don't want to let me have one more turn. This is why it's troublesome trying to get a good game going on Arena. Like, they didn't even wait for the chance for me to hit them in the face. What do we got? Diversion Specialist. 4/3 Human Warrior with Menace. Sacrifice another creature or enchantment. Exile the top card of your library. Play it this turn. Okay. Interesting. Let's go ahead and go into the deck one more time. We'll show it to you. Let me go fix the lands real quick. Bear with me if you don't mind. Type land. And we'll get rid of one of the 8 islands. And we just want to choose something that can get either or. And I've got a couple of those already. How about... It'll still come in tapped, but we'll gain a life out of it. Let's see if I'm just hitting done to save it. We'll go back in, and now we can show you the full thing. And I didn't go through the overview real quick. So only 7 creatures technically in the deck. It's right on there, almost 3.0 average for the mana cost. So not too shabby. 24 lands. And yeah, I felt like it was good to have the minor missteps. There's so many spells that, if especially with Mono Red is really fond of those spells. I think there was at least a couple of matches in there where you saw having this ability was really crucial towards keeping us alive at a particular point in time. I don't know if there's anything that I would change. So, as usual, we want you all to like and subscribe. We want you to leave a comment. I want to thank our Patreon, Cedric. Thank you for being a loyal patron all this time. And others can check the Patreon link down below in the text if you'd like as well. And we'll have something new for you next time. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.